Evening. We're supposed to be at Cley beach, but it is blowing a gale. So for the benefit of everyone fishing, we've moved along the coast to Kelling under the shelter of these little cliffs. The wind's sort of westerly, it's whipping along the beach, so Cley would have been very uncomfortable, and to be honest it's quite a shallow beach and the bass and flounders haven't really turned up there yet, so we're probably as well off here anyway. There's deep water close in. We've done loads of matches here now, haven't we? So we'll see how we get on. This is match 3 of the summer season, which is a joke because it's been sleet and snow last week. Horrible again this week. But yeah, draws in a minute. I think there's about 20 odd booked in, not exactly sure. Some will have decided to give it a miss because of the weather forecast and the wind. But those that remain will draw the pegs in about 5 minutes time. We'll get down on the beach and let's hope we get a decent peg. We want to be just down to the right of these cliffs, I think, or somewhere along the right hand side there, as opposed to up there, which in recent matches hasn't been that great, but you never know. Sea fishing changes every week, so we shall see. I'll bring you back. Well, as you can see, I've drawn peg 6, not at the end of the beach I wanted to be, but there are worse pegs I reckon, so should be alright. And bait wise tonight, I've got some blow lug and I'm going to try them later for a bass, but we're going to go down the fish route. Strips of sand eel and mackerel all whipped together. There can be dogfish up here this time of year and they're good points, so we're going to try and get one of them. One up, one down rig, same as last week or the week before. So a pennel below the lead and a single hook above it, and worms on one, fish on the other, and we'll see if we can catch something decent. I've got Jamie Childer House on my left hand side, and I have got, who have I got on my right? Dave Sycamore on my right. So hopefully if there's a fish here we'll catch it, and we'll bring you back when we've had a couple of casts and see what's happening. Well, first cast is in the water. Everything was a bit hectic. I got everything tangled in a mess to start with, but we're back in the game now. So I've just lobbed it out there about 50 yards to see what happens, and I'll just keep an eye on what the anglers around me are doing. But yeah, chance for dogfish. There might be a codling, you never know. Perhaps some whiting, maybe a dab. Maybe nothing, but yeah, blowing a hoolie but with a shelter up. This is quite sheltered really, so it's not too bad. But yeah, that gentle lob out might just pick something up in the gutter, and that's where we're going to start anyway. See if we can get any bites in there, and then we'll go from there, see what happens. We're here till 10:30 anyway. High water's at 9:30, so we're getting the best bit of the flood for this beach, so if we're going to catch something we should do so. Someone will anyway, but yeah, hopefully it'll be me. Well, people who've watched my channel since it started to know what that is a 26 centimetre whiting. I haven't measured it, but I'm pretty sure that is one. I traded the orange bucket back in, I've gone back to green, didn't suit me, so we've got a green bucket and a 26 centimetre whiting. I will measure it just to make sure, but I don't think it's going to count. Along the beach it looks like there's a bit of weed in the water, but they're probably fishing further out than me. I'm just lobbing it, and this one's gone even closer the next cast. But yeah, that took the lugworms that was aiming at a bass, but it shows us fish in the water, so that's good. First cast over and done. Second cast, and I've got another whiting, this time on the fish bait, and on the bottom hook. Well, he's got off, but in there somewhere, tiny little dab. I will go for a big flatfish tonight, but I was going to leave it just after high water. They can come on here at that point, but double shot of fish, but neither of them are big enough to card, so no points. And that whiting swimming around with a great big lump of mackerel, so we'll get him off the hook, get him back in the sea. Hopefully he'll grow bigger for another day, but at least there's fish there. First to strike with a target species, David Sycamore. How big is it, David?
Well, if I can get his tail out, 55.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good points for dogfish. At range, was it?
Yeah, range, lug and squid.
Lug and squid, yeah. I think Jamie's got one as well in the bucket, so yeah, they're what you need. Hopefully I can get one in a minute, but whiting and dabs aren't any good. How many points for that? There he is, look, minding his own business. He's going back in the sea in a minute.
Dogfish, 55. 62 points.
62 points, so that's 3 really good whiting, so well done, mate. Keep them coming. No sooner had David put that one back, Jamie's over. I can't get one, but that's 62. Cracker. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much. I'll go put him back.
Yeah. They are here. Well, it's not the dogfish or bass or cod I was hoping for, but it is a 23 centimetre dab, and 23 centimetres is the size limit. I need the catch to get on the card, and he's big enough, so got to start somewhere. Miles behind, probably dogfish coming out everywhere, but at the moment I can't get one, but I have got a dab. So we've had a few casts now, and what I can tell you is the dogfish have been at range, and I've been dropping in a bit shorter than that, trying to get flounders and bass perhaps, but I'm still torn, because although the dogfish are worth loads of points, this series I'm trying my hardest to get the biggest flatfish, and that involves flounders. So yeah, I don't know what to do. It's about decision making, and I keep making the wrong ones at the moment, but might just hang in there, try and get a dogfish in the next hour, and then switch to my in-close flounder tactics thereafter. I've made a decision. I went out long looking for a dogfish, and I had a hell of a job getting my gear back. Something was stuck around the lead because there wasn't no weed. It was just an awful job trying to get my gear back, so I've decided to bait up good sized worm baits and drop them about 25 yards out. It might be a bit early in the year for flounders, but there's normally one along here, and that works quite well, just pinging that in the gutter. So if they're there, we'll get them, but if they're not, we won't. Simple as that. We will try. Well, the flounder tactics have resulted in a little whiting, unfortunately, but any further out I'm just getting weeded out, so I'm sticking in there trying to get a flounder. Lads either side of me are belting it into, well, as far as they can really, with pennels and stuff, trying to get another dogfish, but they're suffering with weed as well now, so they are doing the right thing. If they can get another 2 of them, they'll probably win the match, but at the moment not doing any good. Well, all I managed to get flounder fishing at 30 yards is a little whiting, and my light's packed up. Great. Well, the weeds are horrendous, and I'm not doing any good, although in that bucket there's a 29 centimetre whiting, so he'll go on the card and then back in the sea. But yeah, my light source is packed up, so apologies if this is no good, but it's not going that well at the moment. I'm on a bit of a bad run. We've got about an hour left. Hopefully we might fluke something, because that's what it's going to take. Right, let's get this fish sorted out. Well, it's a shame my light's packed up, but I'm pulling in massive lumps of weed, and they're full of washed up razorfish. So there's tons of food in the water. It's no wonder why we're struggling, but the weed is coming in with the tide that's running left to right, and you've only got about 5 minutes before you have to pull in to avoid catching the person on the next peg. But 2 lumps of weed on there, and just pulled the rod off the rod rest, and it's just full of razorfish. Coming up to high water, so hopefully the weed will start to disappear on the first of the ebb, but not looking good at the minute. Right, so we've got 3 fish on the card. Sea's full of weed. Either side of me have got 1 fish each, but they're nice big dogfish. So all to play for, 40 minutes left, but unless the weed disappears it's going to be grim. I've lost my light source, that says it's fully charged and it's lying. So yeah, apologies for what's turned out to be a disaster video wise, but yeah, that's how it is. One dab, 2 white in. We're now fishing at 20 yards trying to catch a great big flounder, but at the moment it's not working. Next week we're going to Munsley Beach, so we haven't done that one for a long time, so hopefully that'll be all right round there. But this weed needs to disappear, that's all I can say. Virtually nothing left in the way of good bait now. Got 2 or 3 casts left. I've had to use it all, pulling weed in every 5 minutes, but no, it's been about 10 years since I've done any proper match fishing, but I've really enjoyed it. I did that winter season in the last series, and now we've hit the summer season, so called, though you wouldn't know it. But yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. I know what I'm doing next winter now, but summertime I've got a bit of a sort out to do with rigs and baits and stuff, but we'll get there. Hello mate.
Hello mate.
We got
a doggy and a whiting.
Whee! This could be it, Jamie. Another dogfish among the weed.
Yeah.
Did you know it was on there?
No.
Just a ball of weed with a dogfish in it.
Smashes.
At range or not?
About 70.
70 yards?
Yeah.
You're flying this year, Jamie.
I wish.
No, you're doing all right.
28.
Last week was a bit of a disaster, but
28
you come back strong.
Come on, doggy.
Well, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have a video, so...
Shame the other species hadn't turned up to.
Well, no bass, is there? No flounders, I don't think, but someone must have got one. We'll see, 50 odd.
He straightens up. About 51, 52, something like that.
Oh well.
I'll just let him settle down.
Yeah, and we'll remeasure him in a sec. Well done, mate. No good in the match stakes, but it is a 32 centimetre whiting. So he managed to get in among the weed, but Jamie must be doing really well in the match. 2 dogfish, big points, but I can't get one. I'll keep trying for that flounder, but he'll do for a start, but not enough time really. Only enough time for about 2 short casts, so can't see it happening now, but never mind, it gives you an overview of what gets caught, and when we get up in the car park we'll find out what was down the other end near the wreck. I didn't peg that far, but yeah, we'll see. Well, that's it, last cast about to be pulled in. Still blustery, still full of weed, but I have managed 4 fish on the card, so not too bad, better than last week anyway. So hopefully you'll join me at Munsley, but we'll go up in the car park now. Can't stop the camera wobbling all over the place because of the wind, but yeah, let's go and find out what everybody else has done, and yeah, hopefully it'll be fishable, not too windy, and we'll have a good time at Munsley. See you then.
For sound, we were all right.
You're all right, yeah.
Right. Do it this way. Right. Good session. Considering we moved from Cley all the way over here. So well done everybody, especially those who picked up social media. So well done. First thing, welcome Stephen Roper. Welcome aboard. Hope you had a good night. I hope we see you again.
Can we have a light on Simon? Mine packed up.
Where's the lighting man?
Light's packed up. That's better.
Right, we won't go through all of them. I'll just do the top 5. In 5th place with 82 points and 2 fish, Mike Topping.
Well done, Mike.
In 4th place, 3 fish and 102, Jason Rona.
Well done, Jason.
He's doing well, that lad. Turns up now and again, and when he does, he smashes it. 3rd position, Dwayne Lockwood, 3 fish, 115.
Well done, Dwayne.
Second, Jamie Childerhouse. Jamie Childerhouse! 3 fish, 163.
Well done, Jamie.
And number 1, my little buddy here. Young Roger here, 4 fish, 195.
Well done, Roger.
Congratulations.
practicing all weekend.
He's only just dried out,
Yeah.
I think.
Well deserved, Roger.
Right.
Did I come last for a change?
I haven't worked it all the way down, but it's
we
pretty.
didn't do the bottom 20.
But you're pretty close, Nathan, for a change. Right, biggest round. Can anybody beat a 62 centimetre dog? Well done, Jamie Childerhouse.
Well done, Jay.
Well done.
Well done, mate. Thank you very much.
Top job, Jamie.
Right, biggest flat. 27 centimetre dab. Me.
Ta-da!
Well done, Simon. Nice fish.
Hey, thank you. Just put all the money in my pockets. Right, lucky peg.
Somebody hold this, I can pick a lucky peg.
If it's yourself, it goes back in.
Yeah, put it back in.
Oh, shall I put this back in, Nathan, shall I?
You can't say old boy on it. That's got to be the first time in God knows how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Don't come next week.
Right, next week we're, unless the weather tells us otherwise and the tide does other things, we're at Mundsley. High tide is 17:36.
Weed o'clock.
So anyway, it's
Best to see
Mundsley.
Southerly's keeper.